Right, welcome back, everybody.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. If I could just...
To wait 2 minutes, apparently, but while we're clear, the main organising man has said we'll just wait 2 minutes.
We'll be starting in 2 minutes. Right, welcome back, everybody. Hello. We're going to start now. Thank you very much. So welcome back again, everybody. Thank you very much for coming here to this wonderful venue tonight to help us honour our staff. We're delighted to see representatives from our partners, sponsors, Council of Governors, non-executive directors here this evening. But welcome to everyone in the room. We hope you have a fabulous evening. Just to run through the form for this evening, we'll be reading out the names of every shortlisted candidate in each category, but only the winner for each award will be asked to join us on stage to avoid traffic jams. Every candidate who's been shortlisted tonight has fought off very strong competition to be here this evening, and we congratulate all of you. Big round of applause for everybody. Each of them will receive a certificate acknowledging their achievement and place on a shortlist. Shortlisted candidates, you may pick up your certificates from the desk where you signed in after the ceremony. This facility will remain open until 10:45 p.m. and for those who don't want to collect theirs tonight, they will be posted to you in the internal post. This is important. A photographer will be present this evening. If you do not wish to be photographed at all, please let one of our fabulous support team in black, let them know and they'll ensure no photos of you are used anywhere. Alternatively, we will assume that you give your consent. And now, over to Deborah.
Thank you. I'm happy to be photographed, but only from my right side. Yeah? Welcome, everybody, to this evening. I've already tweeted on my way here to say that this is, without doubt, my favourite evening of the year. I was first introduced to these awards in my first week in the organisation. It was day 3, and I came with some kind of expectations. I was used to award ceremonies. I'd been in University Hospitals Bristol that does a particularly impressive award, and I walked in, as you might imagine, in my black dress with my hand stretched out looking for the Prosecco, and the tea urn greeted me. But I quickly got over that, and I came into this room to see what the standard of crockery and cutlery was like for the lavish meal, and there wasn't any. So what I hope we've done is that every year since that first year is that we have got better and better at valuing and recognising what you all bring to the organisation through, in a small way, through this evening. I hope that you feel valued because you absolutely are, and that you have a phenomenal evening. I want to also, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to do this, want to also welcome and thank those of you that are watching from outside Hadley Manor. Yeah, so it's our first attempt at webcasting this evening, but already I know that we have 50 members of staff, and I'm sure they've got colleagues and parties and things. We've got 50 groups, audiences out there that have already tuned into the evening. So thank you so much for celebrating with us. Reflections for me on the year that's gone. I think probably come back to the Care Quality Commission's inspection. I know that I will never ever forget the reaction from my colleague Steve Hams when we, a bit like tonight, when we opened that envelope, not quite knowing what we were going to read, because I think we truly believed that we were an organisation and a family and a group of colleagues that were deserving of that kind of recognition. But we almost daren't hope, and we'd prepared ourselves for the prospect of staring out at another requires improvement. And we said to ourselves, as a leadership team, I'm not sure I know how to lead us out of this, because we really felt that journey to outstanding, that we'd achieved that good milestone. So without a doubt, for me, this will be the year that the organisation, that all of you enabled us to get that good rating. And if there's anything that will enable us to reach our goal of outstanding, then it's the people in the room tonight. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. I can hear already some party spirit. I'm not looking anywhere. I'm not looking anywhere in particular, although I can just see some colleagues to my left there that are showing us how it's done. But it is a night to celebrate, so let your hair down and have fun. And really, really looking forward to welcoming the winners onto the stage shortly. Thank you.
So now to our Excellence Awards, which I understand are now in their 10th year and have become more popular every year, as you've just heard. With more nominations than ever in every category this year, we're really delighted that they have indeed become so popular. So on to our first award.
Our first award this evening is Volunteer of the Year. Sometimes known as our red coats, our red shirts, our red black, lots of different names, aren't there, for our volunteers, but I think we are tremendously lucky in not just the number of volunteers, which I have to say is absolutely phenomenal compared to most organisations, but in the nature of the volunteers that we have. They are engaging, welcoming, warm, friendly, all the things that you'd want a volunteer to do, but they also fulfil some really important and fundamental tasks in the trust that I know you as their colleagues, but also our patients in particular, value. So I'm absolutely delighted to welcome my non-executive director colleague, Claire Healy, onto the stage, who's going to present this award. And the nominees are Helen Harris and Anne Ayrton.
Helen and Anne have been a staple on Woodmancote for many years. Every Friday morning, they help the patients and staff on the ward undertaking a variety of tasks, both practically and offering emotional support. Individually, Anne and Helen bring different skills to the ward, but together make a fantastic team.
Andrew Folliard.
Andrew not only makes a hugely positive difference to the patients on Ward 4A through his help and support with cognitive stimulation group activities, but 4 times a year, Andrew offers dementia awareness training to his volunteer colleagues across both hospital sites.
Sandy Parker.
Sandy has made a real difference to the experience of children waiting for their appointment in children's outpatients at Gloucestershire Royal Hospital. She has provided her time to the department 1 day a week doing craft activities with children whilst they wait, and has brought creative skills and enthusiasm to her volunteering role.
And Margaret Richards.
Margaret has been on the chaplaincy volunteer team since 2005 and plays an invaluable role as a weekday and weekend visitor. What makes her stand out is her willingness to go above and beyond those roles, and her remarkable positivity and admirable can-do attitude. Nothing is ever too much trouble for her.
No pressure. Our first winner this evening, Volunteer of the Year, Margaret Richards.
Photograph? Yeah. And Claire, please stay with us because you're up next too.
Next is the Equality and Diversity Award. This is awarded to a member of staff whose substantive role is not equality related, but who nevertheless has advanced equality and diversity in their role. Would the sponsors of this award, Colour Connection, like to join us to co-present this award, please? And the shortlisted candidates are Emma MacDonald.
Emma has been instrumental in helping to set up the NHS Rainbow Badge scheme in our trust. These have been remarkably successful, with over 1,000 badges issued to and pledges made by colleagues so far. It is exciting to see so many colleagues who are supportive of this campaign, and we could not have done it without Emma's help and energy.
Abby Hopewell.
Abby has been an inspiring advocate and leader for equality and diversity in our organisation, and continues to support colleagues in designing and delivering services that meet the needs of the diverse community we serve.
Coral Boston.
Coral has worked really hard this year as the workforce race representative, attending national and regional conferences to champion equality on our behalf. She has volunteered to be the BAME subgroup lead as part of the Diversity Network, and has helped lead the BAME Interview Panellist initiative across the Trust.
Okay, raise the roof. Our winner this evening, Emma MacDonald.
Congratulations, Emma. Well done. And thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire, and Colour Connection.
This next award recognises the exceptional contribution to from an individual or a team to our research efforts. Increasingly, we pride ourselves on contributing to the development of not only new treatments and surgical techniques, but the evidence base that will help to improve the care of our patients. These shortlisted candidates have helped to turn promising ideas or interesting theories into real benefits for our patients. I'd like to ask Simon Lansley, Director of Strategy and Transformation, but also our Executive Lead for Research, to join me on the stage to present this award. Some nominees are Dr. Dipankar Dutta,
Dr. Dutta is a stroke consultant who's actively encouraged and contributed to research studies on our stroke unit for more than 15 years. He's acted as local principal investigator for over 25 hosted studies and has supported and collaborated with clinical colleagues on many other internal and external research projects.
the renal dietetic team.
The renal dietetic team have been part of the 33 multi-centre bistro trial. All research visits are coordinated by the renal dietitians with minimal input from the R&D department or clinicians. They are still actively recruiting and have been praised by the research unit at Keele University for their novel approach.
Nick Volotten.
Nick always goes the extra mile with research and personally participated as a patient. He brings amazing empathy to the role, is keen to educate, and always shows interest in others' ideas.
Okay, and the winners are the renal dietetic team.
Research poster winners. Excuse my voice this evening, I'm sure it'll keep going. Between the 10th and the 12th of September 2019, Gloucestershire Hospitals held their inaugural Festival of Quality Improvement, Research and Innovation at Gloucestershire Royal Hospital and Cheltenham General Hospital. The event attracted over 80 abstracts and over 75 posters were displayed during the three-day festival with daily poster presentations from staff. The event provided an opportunity to showcase all the incredible work taking place at Gloucestershire Hospitals. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. Sean Ellion to the stage.
Good evening, everybody. I think this award, if nothing else, tells us we should shout it from the rooftops more often. So for planned care, for the poster multi-professional approach to improve postnatal care in the community, Dawn Morell. Under the other category, reduction in blindness rates since the introduction of digital photography screening in an English diabetic screening programme, Angela Dale. Just so she doesn't miss her chance, I don't think Terry Flennan's managed to come this evening. Is that right? Is Terry here? That was for the poster on emergency care to reduce the length of time to post-discharge therapy for fractured neck of femur, but I don't think she's here, so we'll give that to her and make sure she gets it. And last but not least, Cancer Services, Ruth Bees, for improving the breast cancer patient pathway with the appointment of a breast consultant.
Our next category seeks to recognise an exceptional healthcare professional. This category was designed to recognise an individual who has demonstrated consistently high-quality clinical care. By virtue of being shortlisted, they will have achieved not only the highest standards of patient safety, but also patient experience and outcomes. And I'm delighted to welcome our newest non-executive director to the stage to present this award, Elaine Warwicker. Our first nominee, again, welcome, Ruth Bees.
Radiotherapy for breast cancer comprises a significant area of workload growth in oncology, and Ruth's role as consultant radiographer is pivotal to this development. Ruth has become an indispensable member of the consultant workforce within 18 months of appointment and is a beacon for extending similar innovative posts.
Shona Duffy.
Shona has been fundamental in developing a whole new role as a specialist nurse in homelessness. She's put many hours of her own time on pushing for change and deserves recognition. Shona has made a valuable connection between the Trust and those in the community who are part of our homeless team.
And Raymond Ramlareen.
Dr. Ramlareen works tirelessly to improve the service offered to patients requiring image-guided intervention. He is actively seeking to transform care for patients in the Trust who have not in the past had access to evidence-based procedures. He is entirely patient-centred in his ambition to improve things and will always find a way to get stuff done, often giving up his own time without question.
And the winner is, dramatic pause, Ruth Bees.
I felt I nearly gave things away, Ruth, by asking you to stay on the stage earlier, so just managed to check myself in the last moment then.
Could I ask ID Medical to take the stage, please, to join us, who sponsored both the last award and this award. Welcome. So the next award is Exceptional Contribution to Safety and Quality. Staff nominated colleagues at the Trust who had demonstrated inspired or original thinking that led to improvements in the safety of services for our patients. And I'd like to ask Non-Executive Director Balvinda Haran to announce the winner. So please join us for this award, Balvinda. And the nominees are Michelle Richardson,
Michelle was nominated for the ICON work that she's been leading on within the neonatal unit. With the introduction of ICON, there's not only evidence that it will reduce the incidence of babies being shaken, but also parents are supported in learning how to cope and care for their babies when they cry.
Margaret Collins,
Margaret has been key in constantly identifying ways to improve patient safety through her projects, having 3 posters accepted for the 2019 Gloucestershire Hospitals Festival of Quality Improvement, Research and Innovation.
Louise Lehegarat, Dr. Emily Darville and the Oncology Practice Development Team.
Thank you. And the winner is Margaret Collins.
Congratulations, Margaret. Thank you, Balvinda, and ID Medical.
I'm delighted with this next award. It's the first year that we've had this award, and we were contacted last time by a number of staff who were thoroughly recommending to us that we needed to consider having an award for our junior doctors. We always recognise what a valuable role they play in the Trust, but often because of their transient nature, when it comes to awards, they've been and gone and we can often be guilty of forgetting them. So I'm really, really delighted that we found the space to introduce this award and to present it this year. Please welcome on stage Mark Pietroni, our Medical Director. And our first nominee is Gio Shabani.
Gio has jumped at the chance to be involved in everything. She's developed pathways, immersed herself in teaching, audited her results and become embroiled in the hepatology research. She's a pleasure to have on the team to teach and coach and will be a fabulous asset as a colleague to any hospital at the end of her training.
Especially ours, Gio, especially ours. Yeah. Hamish MacDonald.
Hamish has worked in the Trust for 3 years, first as a core surgical trainee and now as a registrar. He has shown exceptional dedication to the department and the Trust. Patients and staff regularly contribute fantastic feedback about his clinical skills, communication and manners.
And Georgia Smith.
Georgia is an amazing doctor. She works really hard and goes out of her way to ensure that patients are cared for. Her colleagues respect her because she's a fabulous clinician and has shown enormous progress over the time she's been with us.
I have to just observe also that George was incredibly apologetic for having had a baby last week, which meant that she wasn't able to join us. I think actually it was in the balance, she almost did, but I'm pleased that she got her priorities right on this occasion. Mark.
What an amazing night, eh? And the winner is Gio Shabani.
Next is the Quality and Innovation Award. We place real value on good ideas and encourage a culture where innovation is celebrated. To reinforce this, once again this year, we are delighted that the West of England Academic Health Science Network has sponsored this award, so please could they join us? The shortlisted candidates are Beverly Gray and the lung function team.
Three years ago, the sleep service was struggling to keep the referral to treatment pathway for patients suffering with obstructive sleep apnea to less than a year. The team have risen to the challenge to deliver a massive improvement to the service while maintaining the quality that they always strive to achieve.
Liz Bryce and Sally Pugh.
Sally and Liz successfully completed the non-medical prescribing course in 2018, becoming the first prescribing dietitians in the county and some of the first in the UK. Following this, they wanted to prove that allowing renal dietitians to prescribe results in service improvement and, in particular, benefits patients.
The GSQ-IA team.
The Gloucestershire Quality Academy goes from strength to strength and in the last year has achieved national recognitions by big names such as Don Berwick and Helen Bevan. They walk the talk with numerous innovations such as the recent Tweet Hour chats.
And the winner of the Quality and Innovation Award is the GSQIA team.
Well done, team. Thank you, Mark, and the West of England AHSN. Thanks again.
And now for something slightly different, although a great segue to the team that we've just had. Many of you will have heard before this evening about the growing influence of our Improvement Academy. One of the things that stood us apart from other trusts when we were inspected by the Care Quality Commission, in their words, was our approach to quality improvement. They talked about it being truly embedded. They talked about understanding when trusts are, as they, in their language, not mine, faking it for the inspection. What they described about our organisation was that they saw an approach to quality improvement that was truly embedded in everything that we did. I'd like, therefore, to ask Andrew Seaton to come back on stage to join me. Put your jacket back on, Andrew. To present the awards to our gold coaches. These are individuals that have not only accomplished an incredible personal standard in respect of their own approach to quality improvement, but the thing that they really bring to the Academy is the sharing of their knowledge and skills and the mentoring and coaching of others that are coming through, particularly those that are coming through the Silver Award. So 11 individuals have completed a series of modules to enable them to become the experts in QI and leadership skills necessary in order to be able to become one of our gold coaches. Do not underestimate underestimate what it takes to become a gold coach. This is really, really incredible stuff. So, Andrew, do you want to read out the names? You can borrow my iPad if you like.
First person there is Sarah Brown.
Thank you. We ought to get knocked together, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should. Probably we should do this one together. So, Donna and Matt Little.
You can only begin to imagine the conversations around the dinner table, can't you? Come on, Mr. and Mrs. Little. Yeah, okay, listen.
Kate Horton. No?
Yeah. It's a long way from the back. I'm sorry, Kate. We probably ought to meet in the middle, actually, shouldn't we?
What's on the certificates? Joe Daubeny.
Yeah, she's coming.
And finally, Margaret Collins.
And there are four individuals who I'm told aren't here tonight, so I really hope they're not, otherwise this is a little embarrassing, isn't it? Who've also achieved their gold coaching status, which is Lisa Riddington, Carol McIndo, Charlie Sharp and Tom Hewish. Our next award is Healthcare Team of the Year. And this category was designed to recognise an outstanding team who's again demonstrated consistently high-quality clinical care. To announce the winners for this and the next two awards, I'd like to welcome on stage our Non-Executive Director and Vice Chair, Rob Graves. I think we've also grateful to ID Medical again for sponsoring this award, so please do join us on stage. Firstly, the Paediatric Diabetes Team.
The paediatrics diabetes team look after about 265 children and young adults with diabetes. Children and their families get intense education at diagnosis and weekly follow-ups in clinic. The events and camps organised by the team enable children and their families to attend and gain confidence in managing their diabetes outside home settings.
The Cheltenham General Hospital Emergency Team.
This team works hard to ensure that patients are given the best care in what is often a busy and challenging environment. Despite constant conjecture in the local media about the future of the department, they are a dedicated and cohesive team who also do their very best to support all the colleagues in the multidisciplinary team.
And the team from the Surgical Assessment Unit in Ward 5A.
They have implemented a model that has been successful in delivering timely response to acute surgical attendance and have delivered this in an outstanding way. The nursing team are positive, skilled and innovative and have received excellent feedback from patients.
Definitely got a small cheering competition going on now, so no pressure, the infection control team.
Over the last 18 months, the infection control team have impressively delivered above and beyond to ensure that patients have an infection-free hospital stay. During the last year, the team introduced the first antimicrobial prescribing lead nurse role, the first such role in the UK.
What a fabulous night. Almost as much fun as a board meeting. And the winner of the Healthcare Team of the Year Award is the Paediatric Diabetes Team.
They look quite pleased, don't they? Ruff's just told me that she's actually due to have her baby today. Have we got a midwife in the house? Yeah, okay, good.
Well done, guys, well done. Be careful.
Yeah.
The next award is a contribution to patient experience. This award recognises teams or individuals who have taken steps to engage with our patients and to improve services for their benefit. The shortlisted candidates have demonstrated their determination to deliver real enhancements to the experience of our patients. The shortlisted candidates are Helen Smith.
Helen has made such a difference to the care that the children and families receive if they have allergies. As well as running nurse-led clinics to support children and families, she runs parents' evenings that enable families to access mutual support.
Claire Vidgeon.
Claire is the first ever nutritional assistant at GRH and works incredibly hard to ensure that our patients get the right nutrition for the best recovery. Claire is a fabulous member of the team who is always happy to help anyone. Having a nutrition assistant on the ward has delivered real improvements for patients.
Lisa Land.
Over the past year, Lisa has worked tirelessly to bring a team of 8 midwives together to increase continuity of care to a large cohort of Cheltenham maternity patients. The initial results are incredible and have brought into action the aims and objectives of the Better Births project.
And Ella Davis-Smith.
Ella is a physiotherapist who will go above and beyond for any patient. When seeing patients, Ella will happily stay longer and converse with them and their families and put their minds at rest. She is a great asset to the team.
And the winner is, for the exceptional contribution to the patient experience, Claire Vidgen.
Congratulations. Thank you, Rob. ID Medical, stay with us on stage as you're up next too. No escape.
This next award not only recognises an individual for their excellence in nursing, but is also in memory of a valued colleague of many people in the room, Denise Barr. Denise worked for the Trust for almost 20 years as a senior nurse in palliative care before herself succumbing to cancer. So I'd like to invite Chief Nurse Steve Hams and his very special outfit. Steve, if you want to have a real laugh, Steve claims to be an introvert. So our first nominee is Ali Trigg.
Ali is a fantastic nurse, and despite now being a coordinator, continues to be directly involved with patient care. She's amazing at teaching junior nursing and medical staff, and her holistic approach works wonderfully with relatives. Ali is also hugely caring for her colleagues, and is a pleasure to work with because she cares so much.
Rebecca Duggan.
Becky was appointed to the new and innovative role of Paediatric Neurodisability Nurse Specialist in 2017, and her enthusiasm and commitment have made this a great success. She's an advocate and voice for all children and young people with a learning disability that access healthcare provision within our trust.
Sashidanand Kalichan.
With 23 years of nursing experience, Sashish Danand has a wealth of knowledge and experience, which he's adept at sharing with others. Caring and energetic, he's dedicated to ensuring that every patient receives the best possible care.
And fabulously dressed this evening, Asma Pandor.
Asma was nominated for her inspirational mentoring and particularly for the kindness she shows to every patient. Just one example of this was when she arranged for an elderly patient to FaceTime his wife, who was in a nursing home, for their anniversary, which colleagues described as an incredible moment.
So the Denise Barr Memorial Award for Excellence in Nursing goes to a truly special nurse, Ali Trigg.
And Steve, you're going to stay with us on stage, along with ID Medical. Thanks again for your support.
Next is the Richards Family Bursary. This award to support nursing training was established by the Richards family in 2018 in memory of Mrs. Diane Richards. This award is given each year to help our nurses and HCAs to attend courses or conferences that allow them to further their education. The main trophy is kept in the cabinet by the boardroom, but each year's winner also has a smaller trophy to keep. Thank you very much to the Richards family for this very generous award.
So the winner this year is Sian Stanton-Lee, who previously worked for the Trust as a healthcare assistant and is now undertaking her nursing training. The bursary will help Sian to progress in her studies without having to worry so much about the extra hours to support herself, but she can still do bank. It's okay. Sian is determined to become an excellent nurse, and I hope one of our nurses too, who is able to be a role model to others and to advocate for patients in her care. Congratulations, Sian.
So not only is Steve Hams our chief nurse, characterised by his flamboyance and innovation and creativity in the wardrobe department, but he's also brought a whole raft of innovations to nursing in the Trust, and I think in the relatively short time that he's been with us has taken nursing as a profession forward in the organisation by several decades, and I'm really, really delighted about that. One of Steve's innovations was to create the Chief Nurse Fellows role, and this award is to recognise those that have had what I think they would describe as a privileged opportunity to work under Steve in that fellowship. So whilst developed by Steve, it's very much been a partnership between the Chief Nurse, the professional education and leadership departments, and the role provides an opportunity for somebody to maintain their professional nursing practice, but also to undertake typically a day a week doing some different activities that enable them in particular to grow and develop in their role. The fellowship offers the Trust's most talented, newly qualified recruits leadership development, including a diploma in leadership and management, quality improvement training, leadership coaching, facilitated action learning sets, and mentoring opportunities with the chief nurse. Steve, would you like to say any more about that?
Not dressed like this. So I am really delighted to present our first three fellows who are graduating from our programme this year. Please join us on the stage, Habosa Hagara, Paige Snuggs-Walter and Nura Mohammed.
Paige obviously didn't get the memo about the red frock, but...
Before we move on to our main long service presentation, I would like to recognise someone who has served the NHS for more than 50 years. This is a huge achievement, and our thanks and congratulations go to Hilary Bailey.
And I'd also like to take the opportunity to invite somebody who follows closely in Hillary's footsteps, which is Avril Rowe, who has also clocked up a marvellous 40 years in the organisation. Avril, join us on stage. So now to our long service awards, as Peter alluded to. All of the people who will be coming up this evening have put the best of their careers into the NHS. It's never just professionally, is it? We know that professionally and personally, their lives will have changed and grown during these 25 years. But what has remained undimmed is their commitment to make a difference to patients and colleagues in the NHS. It's for this reason that we celebrate their hard work and dedication by presenting our long service awards. So, you know who you are, because all of those who are here to receive their award, even if you're receiving it for somebody else, I might add, please make your way to the side of the stage. My left, your right. Indicate. Something like that, isn't it? And when you are gathered, Peter will then reel out all of your names. As soon as you can hear them, please come up and collect your certificate. Peter.
Rahana Bakwala. Julie Kappa. Emma Chapman. Sorry, Emma Charman. Alison Jones. Deborah Painter. Kelly Tom. Helen Waring. And Michelle Wood. Our next award is Support Services Ambassador. This very popular category was introduced 5 years ago to reward a team or individual working within a non-clinical support service, such as a porter, administrator, domestic or lab technician. Whatever they do, they will have delivered work that is consistently above their expectations of patients or colleagues. I'd like to welcome Non-Executive Director Mike Napier to present this award. And the nominations are PALS Advisors.
The advisors provide a valuable service to wards and departments in supporting them to deal with any concerns that their patients have. Because of their calmness, their ability to work under pressure, and their can-do attitude, they're able to diffuse difficult situations and prevent problems escalating.
The IT service desk team.
This team has completely changed the way they work and in doing so have transformed the performance of their service. Their response times are unrecognisable from a year or so ago, and their helpfulness and professionalism is frequently commented on by colleagues.
The chaplaincy team.
The combination of a dedicated team of chaplains and their army of volunteers is something to be cherished. As a team, they've embraced the diverse nature of both our workforce and our patients, and the recent addition of Atik Mia as Muslim chaplain is just one example of the team's inclusive approach.
Okay, it's my honour to give the award to the Support Services Ambassador team, to the chaplaincy team.
The thing about this evening that I absolutely love is when people are just so surprised at that one. I could see the shock and surprise, which doesn't surprise me at all, given what I know of you when you came up for that award. So really delighted. Our next award is recognising an outstanding clinical leader. And as one of the judges for this evening's awards, this was a really tough one to even shortlist. I think, Steve, you and I and Mark, we really wrestled over this. What was phenomenal was to see just how many nominations, contenders we had. So to be shortlisted this evening is of itself a really great achievement. Each of our shortlisted candidates has been recognised for their talent, but in particular for their generosity. So what set them apart is their willingness to share their ideas, their wisdom, their experience for the benefit of others. And in doing so, not just motivating, but absolutely inspiring their colleagues. So the shortlisted candidates are Di Thomas.
Described by her team as an outstanding leader, Di has changed the culture within trauma and orthopaedics. She motivates her team and is a hands-on leader, leading by example and sharing her inspiring vision for the service with colleagues.
Expecting just a small cheer for this one, Charlie Candish.
Charlie's extraordinary energy and passion for delivering the best possible care for patients filters through the entire team, and this commitment to excellent patient care is palpable in every area of the department. He leads by example, moving personal commitments and creating appointments throughout the working week in order to minimise delays to patients starting treatment for cancer.
And Karen Tomasino.
Colleagues described Karen as always approachable and keen to ensure that every member of staff is supported and their learning needs are met. One nomination described her as a brilliant manager who is kind, caring and genuine on every level.
OK, and the award for Outstanding Clinical Leader of the Year is Diana Thomas.
Thank you, Mike. Next award is a non-clinical leader of the year. The contribution of our non-clinical leaders is also invaluable to the Trust. These leaders nurture talent, create a positive and inspiring environment, and put delivering excellent service at the heart of their role. Can I invite Mark Hutchinson, Chief Digital and Information Officer, to join us to present the awards. And the nominations are Alex Matthews,
Alex embodies all that is required to turn a good leader into a great leader. She's taken responsibility for several roles across multiple specialties, whilst continuing to excel in her deputy director role. Alex approaches everything she does with passion, commitment, and enthusiasm. She inspires others to be innovative and to be the very best that they can be.
Next is Lisa Yates.
Last year, Lisa led the SITS team to drastically reduce the number of calls waiting on the IT help desk and improve the wait time and numbers of dropped calls. This has greatly improved the ability of IT to support the clinical hospital staff in delivering safe and efficient care.
Craig Blakeway.
Since joining the Trust in 2016, Craig has been responsible for setting up a management structure for a diverse team of more than 90 ward clerks across both sites. Craig has worked hard with energy and enthusiasm to build relationships with ward clerk staff. His open door policy means that he is readily available to help, support and advise his team.
And Mel Murrell.
Mel has demonstrated forward-thinking leadership skills, working with her team to transform the trust bank provision, to support an increase in bank fill rates, and to promote a strong sense of belonging for this critical group of staff. Mel has an innate ability to cut through layers of complexity and hit upon the key things that she can make a difference with.
Okay, and the winner is, for Outstanding Non-Clinical Leader of the Year, Craig Blakeway.
Thank you, Mark.
Our next award is the Learning and Development Award, and I'd like to welcome Emma Wood, our Director of People and Organisation Development, along with sponsors of this award, the University of Gloucestershire, up onto the stage, please. The Learning and Development Award seeks to highlight a member of staff or a team who, through learning and development, have directly or indirectly improved patient experience. And the nominations for this award are Fiona Brown,
Since becoming the paediatric rheumatology nurse specialist, Fiona has improved care through her learning and development. She has attended multiple courses and study days seeking funding where able to allow a large knowledge base to develop the service for young people living with the pain of juvenile idiopathic arthritis.
Claire Waite.
Claire is a qualified vocational assessor and verifier who's managed our small qualification team to provide the nationally mandated City and Guilds Level 3 certificate in diabetic eye screening qualification suite since its inception in 2008.
I've had to practice saying this one. The resuscitation and simulation team.
Citations describe the training this team offers as amazing and praise their organised and responsive admin support staff. This team trains a huge percentage of the trust on various life support levels, which has a huge impact on patient safety.
And the winner of the Learning and Development Award is the Resus and Simulation team.
Emma and the university, I think, are going to stay with us for this next award.
Which is Apprentice of the Year. Apprentices have become a key role in many areas across our trust. They can make a real difference by going beyond expectations and delivering ideas that have a positive impact on our services. The nominees are Ellie Newman,
Over the last year, the Fifth Floor team have noticed great development and confidence in Ellie. Ellie has become a valued member of the team and has a great natural ability to make patients feel comfortable during therapy sessions.
Josh Penston.
Business Admin Apprentice Josh is with the Finance Project Management Office and amazes everyone he works with because of his outstanding can-do attitude, proactive and solution-focused approach, and the great quality of his work.
Leo Hall.
Leo was just 16 when he was successfully recruited into the paediatrics department at our trust. Pleasant, caring and dedicated, Leo always looks to further his skills and knowledge and will make an outstanding nurse in the future.
And Robin Ashby.
Robin is an excellent member of the PAU team, reliable, happy, friendly and professional to the end. She was regularly commended by her nursing colleagues and medical team too when working as an apprentice HCA and is now studying children's nursing.
So the winner this year of the Apprentice of the Year, it's Ellie Newman.
Thank you, Emma.
A particular favourite of mine, the Unsung Heroes category. Sometimes it's quite difficult to decide where to place somebody that's nominated, and this is a category that allows us to recognise anybody we like in the organisation that we think fits into this very broad category. These are people who make a huge contribution to the trust, but who typically, the clue's in the title, isn't it, but who typically have maybe a lower profile than colleagues in other departments, but what they achieve is simply phenomenal, and this award aims to recognise those who are truly inspirational but perhaps more unsung than they should be. So this year the nominees are Sarah Walsh and Pat Spackman.
Pat and Sarah are an integral part of the team on Ward 6B. They're extremely hard-working and provide a high standard of work to ensure that the ward is clean and tidy. They provide care and support to those relatives of sick and dying patients, always offering drinks, biscuits and a smile.
Sly Magsipok.
Sly is an emergency nurse practitioner in the emergency department and is safe, quick, thorough and consistent. Regardless of the business of the department, he is methodical, prompt and tireless. He never flaps or snaps and is utterly calm and kind always.
Sorry, just technical issue there. I'm back on the page. Andy Mansell, Tom Mills and Kevin Bolton. A bit like a rock band or something there, don't they?
These mechanics keep the place ticking over, sorting heating, plant room faults or blocked drains. Despite being one person short in this team, these three have kept the place going, including working long shifts and regularly being on call.
Peter, would you like to do the honours on this one and open the envelope if you've still got a voice?
And the winners are Sarah Walsh and Pat Spackman.
So, whether you're at home or in the room, you may be pleased to know that we are on the home stretch. This award is different to any other. This is our Patient's Choice Award. Again, the clue is in the title, but the staff that we recognise through this award are people that have been recognised by our patients for the often unique but always special contribution that they have made to those patients. The way in which we judge this is very much based around often not just the nature of the citations but the sheer volume of citations that have come. So what you can read into this evening's shortlisted individual teams is that many patients recognise these individuals for the extraordinary care that they have given to either them but often to their families as well. So again, thank you Alpha Colour, who have sponsored this award, and they've done that since the beginning. And I would want to again just stress We talked earlier about having more nominations from staff for this year's awards. We had more patient nominations this year than we've ever had before for this category, which I think is just fantastic. So, Alpha Colour, can you join me on stage, please? And we're going to announce the shortlisted candidates. What I really, really like about this award also is that we're not just going to have the headshots, we actually get to see a film that brings to life what these individuals have contributed to the patients and families that have nominated them. So, the candidates are, first of all, Faith McMeekin.
Described as the perfect consultant, the nomination said, "She supported my wife and myself through a very difficult time and made the topic of cancer so much easier to deal with. From the moment we met Faith, she put us at ease at this situation. Her knowledge and experience meant I was in very capable hands."
The Mayhill Unit team.
Their nomination said, "The best care I've ever had in the hospital. I've been on many wards as a patient, and the dedication this team have is incredible. They go above and beyond to help each individual. They really are the dream team, and they are a great asset to the Trust."
Betty Ten Stewart.
Betty was instrumental in setting up SHED, Support and Help for Every Dad, which aims to support fathers with babies on the neonatal unit at Gloucestershire Royal Hospital. The nomination said, "I meet lots of dads of babies in NICU now, and they pretty much all say how great Betty is straight away and how she's a shining light during a trying time."
And this year, our Patient's Choice Award goes to Faith McMeekin. And so we come on to another very special moment in the evening. This award seeks to recognise the lifetime achievement of an individual in the organisation. The board of directors and the wider leadership team come together to consider a range of individuals that are nominated for this award. We're looking for someone who has made a very significant contribution not only to the trust and to our patients, but to the wider community that we serve as an organisation. Before I go on to recognise the winner this evening, I do also just want to acknowledge our runner-up this year, Dr. Mark Silver. Mark has served in the organisation as a Chief of Service for almost 10 years before stepping down very recently. The thing that probably characterises Mark more than anything, apart from, of course, his awful sense of humour, is the fact that he was so keen to recognise, acknowledge that the person we're going to recognise this evening as the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award was absolutely the right choice. So thank you, Mark, for making that easy. So, however, on to tonight's star. This year, the recipient of the award is Sandra Atwood. Before we present this award to Sandra, which looks as though it might be a little bit popular, this choice this year, before we ask Sandra to accept this award, which will be presented by our former chair and former Lord Lieutenant of Gloucestershire, Dame Janet Trotter, we'd like to show you also a short film. You haven't seen this, Sandra? So you might need a tissue, I imagine. So please, your full attention while we celebrate everything that is Sandra Atwood.
So today we're celebrating a truly special colleague. Sandra has been nursing since 1973, and it's fair to say that she has had an incredible career and somebody I'm very proud to call a colleague. Sandra embodies everything that is truly wonderful about being a nurse. She's kind, caring, truly experienced, and if you were to cut her in half, there would be nursing through to the core. She is a real delight and a fantastic colleague, and I'm immensely proud that she's a nurse at Gloucestershire Hospitals.
Good evening, Sandra. Congratulations on your award. It's well deserved. When I was told that you're getting this award, I thought back to when we first met. We first met on Ward 6, which was a female medical ward, and you were a hard-working staff nurse. Over the years, you've never lost your drive and enthusiasm for patient care. You just manage it very differently. You were on a journey to outstanding when other people thought J2O was just another drink. This award isn't just for you, though, Sandra. Let's just remember that. Gold Command, how many times have you missed children's parties, social events, because you've just had to do one more thing, make one more phone call? In life, people inspire other people. You've certainly touched the lives of many patients, many of whom you've not actually probably met. You've inspired teams, you've driven up standards. You really deserve this award. Congratulations, Gold Command. Enjoy your evening.
So what can I say? Sandra, I have worked with you for the last 14 years. You have been a brilliant nurse, mentor, support in everything that I've done. You've helped make the stroke service what it is today, and without your passion, none of us would have achieved what we've done.
Sandra was a staff governor for 9 years, a long time, and fortunately I was a public governor for 6 of those years with Sandra. Her commitment, energy, determination to do what's best for the Trust has always shone through. Whenever Sandra spoke, everybody listened because there was always a purpose behind what she had to say. All my colleagues wish you every success in the future. Congratulations on your award.
I've worked with and for Sandra for many years since being a newly qualified nurse. She's been a great leader, role model, and has encouraged me to always better myself and give my best practice every day.
So when I first heard that Sandra was going to get this award, I was really pleased, and I thought there isn't anyone more deserving. So all I can say is just carry on, matron.
So congratulations, and well deserved, and we all love working with you.
Yeah, very well deserved award.
Sandra gave me my first job as a staff nurse in 1995. In the last 24 years, she has supported, encouraged, and sometimes pushed me, often with a kick up the bum, through my career. She is my mentor, my role model, and most of all, she's my friend. Congratulations, Sandra, so well deserved.
I've known Sandra for 30 years, going back to Ward 6 days was when I first met her. And Annie...
Probably since 1993, and I think she's been ever present in our careers, really.
Yeah. In fact, we wouldn't be in this job together as a job share if it wasn't for Sandra, because she was the first person.
We thought about going to see, to get some advice. Quite a few of our staff know that she's been nominated for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and they are so happy. She's developed so many staff, not on her own wards as well, it's everywhere. Porters, AHPs, lots of... She just gives you really wise counsel, doesn't she? You know that when she's on duty, somebody is in charge of the hospital. And now whether that's through fire, flood, flu, famine, snow, you just know that when she's on duty, the staff feel safe, even though she challenges us, which we really don't mind. And the other thing is she's just a fantastic leader. She's a fantastic leader, and you follow her because you know that she's thought about the decisions that she's making. So you almost don't have to think about that decision yourself because you trust her decisions, don't we? Just delighted.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely delighted. And couldn't have gone to a better place.
Yeah.
So, well done, Sandra.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your award, Sandra. Hugely well deserved. Thank you so much for all the help that you've always given to myself and to Alan, for the support you've given me where training is concerned, and also through the choir. Again, many congratulations. Hope you have a lovely evening.
So unlike many people in Sandra's lives, I haven't known her very long. I've known her 3 years. I've known her since I started in the organisation. But I can't think of many people that have made such a positive impression. She embodies everything that is fabulous about caring, about nursing, about being local. Standards is what I'd say about Sandra. The standard you walk by is the standard you set. That's what I would hear her say. I did a walkabout with her on a ward, and it was like she had eyes in the front, the back, the sides of her head. We were walking down a ward, and as we were going, she was calling out to people to sort this, sort that. She just saw. She saw quality all the time. She has these eyes, this lens on. Are these patients, are their families getting the right standard of care? And just phenomenal. As I said, I can't think of anyone that's made the same impression on when it comes to somebody that just stands for amazingly high standards. She's also quite good fun, which I like. So thank you so much for everything you've done for the organisation. I sound like I'm saying goodbye. You're not going anywhere, are you, just yet? But just thank you so much for what you have done. It's absolutely phenomenal and will never be forgotten.
I'm not Sandra. It's a privilege to be here this evening, and thank you very much for allowing me to gate crash, in one sense. The first thing I'd like to say is just how proud I am in this county of the NHS. That's not said very often, but I know just how hard you all work. And I know that you work tirelessly against all the odds sometimes. So congratulations to everybody in this room who works for the NHS. And I'd like to now, what to say about Sandra that hasn't been said? I've got one comment and a story, which is one of my favourite stories about Sandra. My comment is that Sandra gives a voice to the voiceless. Very often she's dealing with some of the frailest, the weakest, the most vulnerable people in the trust. And Sandra is a great champion for nursing, and she's a great champion for all those people who are without a voice. So that's the comment, and that is just so important in today's world. We normally think of the strong as being powerful, but Sandra gives a voice to the voiceless that makes them powerful. And she's steely, she's resolved, she's got great courage when she's actually fighting a case. My story is slightly lighter-hearted. I can remember Sandra talking to a new patient who was suspected of having had a stroke, but it was not clear how severe that stroke was. So Sandra began by asking questions. Can you remember your name? Where do you live? How old are you? And so on. The patient could not respond to any of these. Sandra then asked, can you remember the name of the Prime Minister? There was a long pause. Dim remembrance. And the patient said, I don't remember his name, but I know he's not very good. That is not a current political master. I'm being very careful. Sandra, thank you for your example and for all those qualities that make you an outstanding nurse of your generation. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for this award, and I feel really honoured and privileged to receive it. Lots of the things that I was going to say have already been said, which is quite interesting. So there's just a couple of things I want to say. I always wanted to be a nurse. From being a small child, that's the only thing I'd wanted to do. But funnily enough, I wanted to be a midwife. So how I ever became an elderly care stroke nurse, I'm not quite sure. But I am, and I'm really proud of that. I love the job that I do. I love the people that I work with. I care passionately about patients, and I do want to fight for the people who haven't got a voice, because I think that's really important. I've been a military wife. I've got 3 children. I've got 7 grandchildren. And boys, I'm really sorry that I've missed birthdays, I've missed Christmas, all sorts of things. And I've tortured you with nursing journals, with the most horrific pictures that have traumatised you for life. So I'm really sorry about that. And my sister for being absolutely my saving grace with childcare, knitting for the wards, being a volunteer for me when I needed somebody to help patients do artwork on the stroke wards. So there's lots of people to thank, so many I couldn't go through them all, but I just wanted to touch on one thing. Ward 6 was my first staff nurse ward, and I trained in the early 1970s, as you've heard. I left straight away. I never staffed anywhere, and I went and lived in Germany, came back, and I did a back to nursing course in Swindon, which cost me £25, which seemed like a princely sum at the time. I staffed on Ward 6, and I want to just say to you that everything I learned on that ward. The leadership and role modelling and the standards were epitomised by Liz Reed. The efficiency and the effectiveness were by the ward clerk and clerk. The clean, tidy environment by Daphne, who was a battle axe. Sarah, you're quiet and calm, and Pat, compared to Daphne. An outstanding nursing care was really drilled into everybody by our healthcare assistant, who is Marilyn Thomas, who still works on Ward 6. If you want to learn how to be a nurse, that's where you go to learn it. So, and it's not called Ward 6 now, it's an hotel. I worked at Delancey. I absolutely loved elderly care. It was the brilliant thing. And stroke is absolutely my passion. I'll bore you to death with it. And I know nursing is a profession, and there is so much of it that is a vocation. Listening, caring, compassion and intuition is so important. I just can't thank you enough for recognising all the work that I've done. And being a governor was a real privilege, and working with the League of Friends at Cheltenham also was great fun. I can do bottle stores, I can do all sorts of things to raise money, and we're doing that all the time. But we've missed a trick here tonight, charities, because you should have had 6 bottles of champagne out there with raffle tickets on that we could have sold and made a flipping fortune. So, yeah. So, I just want to say thank you. Okay.
So, as we approach the end of the evening, a few thank yous from me. First of all, to all the staff at Hatherley Manor for enabling this fantastic evening. So please give them a round of applause. A big thank you again to all of the sponsors tonight. Again, wouldn't happen without them. Please, a huge round of applause for them. And then there's a team of people who are just fabulous, who put all of this stuff together. To my shame, I don't know all their names. Obviously, I know Kate and Brady and Michelle, but there's a whole host of other people. So please, could you all come to the front, please? Big round of applause. Thank you so much. Absolutely fabulous job. Thank you so much. Thank goodness there's just a few sentences left because I'm just on the last legs now. But what a fantastic evening again. All the winners tonight, all the runners-up. Runners-up, please remember you can get your certificates. Photographer Anna is available for those who wish to have their photos taken, so please do approach her. But thank you all so very, very much for everything that you do all the year round, and of course for coming this evening and making it such a fabulous evening. Thank you so much. Let the dancing begin.